You have been taught that strength means bearing things without complaint, and you have become good at it. But there is a question the ancient Chinese asked that changes everything. Have you considered putting it down? There was a young officer in the state of Chu named Li Wei. His father had recently died. His father's sandals were still by the door where he had left them. When Li Wei returned to the capital, he carried the grief with composure and discipline, the way he had been trained to carry everything. The quiet strength his teachers had praised his entire life. One afternoon in the market, an old man watching him pass said something that stopped him mid-step. "You carry your grief the way a man carries a stone uphill. Have you considered putting it down?" Li Wei turned, but the old man was already walking away. At first, Li Wei dismissed it. Putting it down meant weakness. If he put it down, he was afraid his father would be gone a second time. He had been taught that the measure of a man was how much he could bear without breaking, and he had borne this without breaking. But that night, the old man's question returned. It surfaced while he was lighting a lamp. It surfaced while he walked to the training yard. Have you considered putting it down? He had not. He had only considered holding it better. He found the old man again. This time, the old man spoke of a principle called Wu Wei. The surface translation is non-action, but that is not what it means. Wu Wei is non-forcing. It is the practice of no longer pushing against what is already moving on its own. Li Wei tried to practice it. He sat by the river and attempted to not force his grief. For a few minutes, it seemed to work. Then he noticed something strange. Even his not forcing was forced. He had turned non-effort into an effort. When he returned to the old man, discouraged, the old man only smiled. You cannot practice Wu Wei. You can only stop practicing everything else. Something shifted the next morning. Li Wei watched water move around a large stone in the river. The water did not fight the stone. The water did not accept the stone either. The water simply continued. He rose from the riverbank. He did not know what he would do. He walked home, and for the first time in months, he did not carry anything with him. There were mornings he almost picked it back up, and nights the old weight returned. But each time, he let it pass. Months later, when a messenger arrived with news of another loss, Li Wei did not brace himself. He did not summon his training. He did not reach for acceptance. He let the news pass through him the way a river passes through a valley. Someone asked him later how he had become so strong. He did not know how to answer. He had not learned to carry the stone better. He had simply stopped picking it up. Wu Wei is not the absence of effort. It is the end of effort directed against yourself. What you carry with force, you can sometimes learn to set down. And what you set down, you do not have to pick back up. 1. Name one thing you are gripping that you could set down today. 2. When you feel strain, pause and ask whether the strain is helping. 3. Sit by moving water for 5 minutes and watch what it does. Have you ever tried to accept something and realized acceptance itself was another form of holding on? Tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching. Somewhere in a quiet valley, the river was still moving. Not because it had chosen to, because stopping was not in its nature.